Hi, I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of Jay Lethal's Food Vlog. I, of course, am Jay Lethal, and today's video is going to be great because we're going to be using man's best friend. Oh, whoa, no. We're not going to be using dog. We're actually going to be using pork today. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is pork man's best friend? Because it's delicious! Okay, so we all know that pork is great, but bacon is delicious. So how about let's make some bacon? Now, I know what you're probably thinking to yourself right now. But Jay Lethal, I already know how to cook bacon! That's great, but so do I. Today, we're going to make bacon, so let's go. Alright, so to get this thing going, we're going to be laying down a cure on the pork. Now, a cure is basically a spice rub, but in this case without spices. So there's only really 3 ingredients that you're going to need for this to work. Kosher salt, brown sugar, and curing salt. Hey sweet, my ingredients showed up. Now all I have to do is mix them up. So what we're going to do is take a 1/4 cup of the kosher salt, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of the curing salt. Now the curing salt isn't completely necessary, but it will help prevent against a possible botulism infection in the pork in one of the later stages that'll be covered in the next video. Alright, so my pork belly's here now. It's a little over 1 pound, which is fine for a single serving. Typically, when you get it from the butcher, they come in like these big 10-pound slabs, but we don't need to do that today. That's like crazy big, so this will be great. So if you get it and you have the option of keeping the skin on or off, you definitely want the skin on. Just trust me on it. It's going to be delicious, and we'll deal with that in the next video. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get the rub on the meat. Alright, so I have here a sheet tray lined with aluminum foil, obviously the pork belly. The aluminum foil helps keep things clean, since my wife just did all the dishes. So what I'm going to do is I have my freshly mixed cure here. I'm going to pour it all over the meat here, and you really want to get in there with it because, like a local news station, you want good coverage. So I've gone ahead and flipped over the pork belly. So now I'm going to treat side B just like we did with the first side. So I'm going to take the leftovers of my cure here, and you're probably going to have some left when we're done with this side, and that's fine. We'll just save it for next time. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it right on. Super liberal, and really going to get in there with it and make sure that every nook and cranny is covered. Get all up in there, under that little flap there. You want to make sure the sides are covered. This is why I like using the sheet tray also, because it kind of catches everything on the side, and you can kind of mess around with the meat, roll it around, make sure everything is really well covered. Alright, we have a fully covered pork belly. Alright, so the final step in today's video is going to be packaging and refrigeration. So what you want to do is take your pork belly that has this nice cure on it now, and you want to put it in a Ziploc bag. Once it is in the bag, you take as much air out as you possibly can, seal it up, stick it in the refrigerator. It's going to be in there for 10 full days. Every single day, I want you to go into the refrigerator and flip it over. Take the whole bag and just flip it over. That way the brine that's going to form in there gets equal coverage. Alright, so now that the pork is in the refrigerator, all that's left to do is wait. So you definitely want to make sure you stay tuned for the next episode of When Belly Becomes Bacon!